Today, I want to share with you an idea that would actually help you fundamentally re-examine your relationship with birth, with death, and with your entire lifespan, and also your understanding of reality. So we have to start by assuming that consciousness is the ontological primitive of the universe and is non-local in nature. So once we understand this, because before we talk about any theory, scientific, philosophical, religious, consciousness is at the basis of all theories, all perceptions, all cognition, and all interpretations. This is obviously the non-dual view. So if this is the case, and consciousness is indeed the ontological primitive, then which means that it is the fundamental building block of reality or experience of reality, then our understanding of birth, death, and life itself must undergo a radical shift. Furthermore, if consciousness is non-local, which means unbound by space and time, then birth and death can be seen not as beginnings or endings, but as transitions or rearrangements of qualia, the subjective experience that defines our existence. So let's explore the implications of such a world view, examining how it redefines everything, life, death, the nature of being. To posit consciousness as the ontological primitive is to assert that it is the foundational substance or principle from which all reality emerges. So, of course, this perspective challenges physicalist paradigms that view matter as primary and consciousness as a byproduct of physical processes. Without explaining it, we've addressed this as the hard problem. So, what we are now suggesting is that matter, energy, space, and time are emergent phenomenon or phenomena within a field of consciousness. So this kind of idea has been floating around for a long time. George Berkeley, and of course, the Vedic traditions of the East, yogic and Buddhist philosophies, and now contemporary thinkers like Donald Hoffman, with whom I'm collaborating right now to write a book called Beyond the Matrix. All these people have argued for such models, proposing that reality is fundamentally mental or experiential in nature. So if consciousness is primary, then everything we perceive, the physical world, our bodies, even our thoughts, are manifestations within this universal field. In this framework, birth and death are not events that create or destroy consciousness. Rather, they are transitions within its infinite expanse. Consciousness does not begin with birth, nor end with death. Instead, these moments mark changes in its configuration. The concept of non-locality originates in quantum physics, but has profound implications for consciousness. So non-locality implies that phenomena can be instantly interconnected across vast distances in space, but also, therefore, in time, without any direct physical interaction. And if consciousness is non-local, it transcends spatial and temporal boundaries and exists beyond the constraints of individual minds or physical bodies. So, of course, this idea aligns with ideas found in mystical traditions and in some modern theories as well. It suggests that individual experiences, our qualia, qualities of awareness, are localized expressions of a universal consciousness. And in this case, birth can be seen as a localization of the universal field into a specific organism's subjective experience. Death, conversely, represents the dissolution or redistribution of the localized experience back into its broader field before recycling as another Qualia rearrangement. Qualia are the subjective aspects of experience, like the redness of an apple, the warmth of sunlight on skin, the taste of coffee, the smell of garlic, or even a thought. They are irreducibly personal and central to what it means to be conscious. If consciousness is non-local and fundamental to reality, then qualia are its expressions or units. In Sanskrit, they are called vrittis, constantly rearranging to create new experiences. So birth marks a unique arrangement of qualia within a biological organism. A human being begins to perceive and interact with reality through sensory fluctuations and cognition. And throughout life, these qualia continuously shift as we learn, grow, and experience new things. They are shaped by so-called environment, relationships, internal processes. Death represents another rearrangement, the dissolution of the specific arrangement back into the universal field from which it arose. So in this sense, life itself can be understood as a dance of qualia, an interplay between localized experiences and the infinite potentialities for experience in universal consciousness. Each moment is a fleeting configuration within an eternal process. So this has implications, of course. Viewing birth and death as rearrangement of qualia within a non-local field challenges traditional notions of individuality and mortality. It suggests that our essence, the consciousness experiencing these qualia, is not confined to our bodies or lifespans. Instead, number one, death is not final. If consciousness is non-local and eternal, death does not signify annihilation but transformation, a return to the universal field. Two, life is interconnected and entangled. If all qualia arise within one universal consciousness, then all beings share an intrinsic connection, which we call love. The boundaries between self and other become illusory. And then, most important, existence is creative. Life becomes an ongoing process of creating new arrangements of qualia, a perpetual act of cosmic artistry. So, if consciousness, both ontologically the primitive of the universe and non-local, then birth and death are not beginnings or endings, but transitions in an eternal flow. Our lives as biological organisms are defined by ever-changing, ceaseless arrangements of qualia, fleeting yet profound expressions within a universal field. So this perspective invites us to see existence not as a linear journey from birth to death, but as an infinite process where individuality dissolves into unity and personal experience merges with cosmic experience, but also recycles as personal experience. Such a worldview has profound implications for how we live our lives. It calls us to embrace interconnectedness, empathy, love, compassion, cherish each moment's unique arrangement of qualia, and find peace in the knowledge that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. A boundless ocean of consciousness where every ripple contributes to the whole. Well, if you enjoyed this, give me some feedback and also share it with whoever you think would enjoy this sharing.